Okay, so this popped up while I was at work. To give some background before I start this one, I'm usually an RPG gamer, or at least an action RPG gamer, but the Resident Evil series is a big, how you would say it, it's a departure or an exception to my normal type of game that I play. I've been a fan of it since I was pretty young. I played Resident Evil 2 when it came out, the Nintendo 64 version, believe it or not. And from then on, I went back to play Resident Evil 1, the DualShock version, and I've pretty much played every Resident Evil game since then, even though it really is outside of my comfort zone as far as games that I'm good at and things like that. I just think out of all of the horror survival games that have happened, I, I would call The Last of Us a little bit of horror survival as well, and I really enjoy that. But the story and Resident Evil, I like how all the games locked together, or at least how all the early games locked together. And if there's any greatest example of that, it's Resident Evil 3, because the game takes place on both sides of Resident Evil 2. I really love that. So we're going to see what's in store in this trailer.
I've never seen anything like it. I haven't been able to sleep this night.
You gotta stay strong. Don't give in to fear out there, right?
How did this
All right, calm down, buddy. Calm down.
Send reinforcements.
Okay,
Wait, hurry
so they're showing you everything that happened in Resident Evil 2. Okay, it's getting faster and faster. Oh! Oh, this is gonna be good in VR. Resident Evil 7 was good in VR. Oh no, you can't get away. Stars. And they did such a good job with the Tyrant in the Resident Evil 2 remake. I can't imagine how good they're gonna do with Nemesis. Oh, she looks so different, but also so good.
How could this many people be infected?
The city is completely cut off, isolated.
Don't look at me like that, alright? I'm not infected.
But right now it's got a hard-on for the only 2 stars left in town.
They don't need a bleeding heart like you getting in the way.
Star's office has to be in this direction.
It gets worse every night.
They don't want the world to know what they've done.
Oh, my head.
What's wrong with Umbrella?
Get in!
I can't stop them all!
You gotta get out of there.
You guys are the ones who caused all of this!
No, wait!
Oh, come on.
Sorry, Brad.
We gotta be dreaming.
Oh, ooh, whoa. That's good.
Commitment, honesty, integrity, these are the core values that create the foundation for Umbrella Corp.
Yeah, I don't think so. In March? Why is everything good coming out in March? Oh my goodness. That's like only a little bit over a year after they made the Resident Evil 2 remake. Like, how can they do that? Okay, so a few years ago, I was at the point that I didn't trust Capcom with anything anymore, right? They had really stopped making good Mega Man games. They had stopped making the Mega Man X games. They had basically stopped making good Resident Evil games. And then all of a sudden, I don't know what it was that changed at their company, but they got smarter and they got better people making their stuff, because Resident Evil 7 came out, it was amazing. The Resident Evil 2 remake is literally everything I could have wanted. As the first Resident Evil game I ever played, it holds a special spot for me, and it was everything I wanted out of that game. Everything that should have stayed. Everything that needed to be changed got changed. Mr. T was like, or Mr. X was like, perfectly done, like putting that pressure on you the whole game. And if Resident Evil 3 Remake is anywhere close to the quality of the Resident Evil 2 Remake, which from this trailer at least looks like it will be, it's going to be a very excellent game. And I don't understand, unless they were already developing it, which they had to have been, I guess, how they did it so fast. Like, I don't know. But I am excited. March is going to be tough. Like, I only have a certain amount of free time, and there's now 3 or 4 games coming out in March that I want to buy. So that is going to be a rough month as far as maybe no lifing some video games.